think I found it.
Here's how to fly with an extra seat for free with Southwest's customer of size policy. First option is to purchase an additional seat ahead of time and call after the flight to get it refunded. You'll do
Yep. That's it right there. Clutch. Fuck them. That's it.
this by purchasing an additional ticket that's almost identical to the first one, but you add XS in the middle name to denote it's an extra seat. You could also call customer service to have them book the tickets for you.
So think about this. Metal bars that you have to fit through, just like this. If you can't fit through them walking straight forward, you get pushed to the next flight and you have to buy another seat. This is some of the best news that I've heard in a long time. Southwest Airlines,
I would agree.
out of Dallas, Texas,
This is
going to be requiring
a very handsome gentleman
plus
right here.
size, so larger than one seat sized, let's just say high calorie individuals who
The big
wouldn't
ones.
typically fit in one seat. They would have to buy two seats. And something that I read was, what are other people saying?
Southwest is changing another longstanding policy. So starting in January, the airline will require passengers who encroach upon the neighboring seat to buy an additional ticket, which may not be refunded. Now, previously, you could either pay the cost of an extra seat in advance and later get a refund,
the right way to go about
or
it.
show up at the airport and request an extra seat at no charge. So now the
That's where I draw the line. You can't just be huge and then expect to get a free seat. That's where I draw the line. Like I said in my video, buying two seats and then getting a refund if you didn't need it, okay, that's different. But asking for a free seat because you take up two seats, I don't know.
The second seat will only be refundable if the flight takes off with at least one open seat and both are in the same fare class. Advocacy groups for overweight people calls the changes devastating since they raised costs. Southwest is...
Yeah. Does encroaching on the neighboring seat include manspreading? No. Obviously not. I'm okay for it. If I have to pay for two seats, don't try to put someone on there on an, yeah, this is something that's always got me. It's like, in order to balance the plane, we have to put my 20-pound carry-on item or overhead bin item under the plane. But someone who's 600 pounds can walk on the plane and completely throw it off. So the question is do we... The question is do we require people to hop on a scale before we get on a plane? Is that where this is going to? Like, the little thing that you put your luggage in to see if it fits, in the overhead bin or underneath the seat in front of you. Do we have one of those things for like people to walk? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we need. We need bars, metal bars, and you have to walk through it facing forward. You can't turn sideways. And if you can't fit through it, you have to buy a second seat. Here, let me see. What was it? It was some sort of discount for eating if you fit through the bars. Let's see if I can find one of these images. Yo, this is what we're gonna need right here. Oh my. All right. Except you have to go forward. You can't turn to the side. You're not sitting in your seat sideways. Look at this. Full price. Sorry. Imagine this right here says extra seat. Sorry. And you have to get charged for an extra seat. I think that's what we do. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't fit through the one seat set of bars, if they let me make the rules That's what I would do. This something like this right here. God, these are funny. And these are all buffets too. Like if you're small enough to fit through them. What was this one? Yeah, 20% discount on your food if you're a twig. That's great. I want a 20% discount on my seat for not weighing 300 pounds. For giving the other person. Like I would be okay with someone taking up a seat next to me and encroaching on me if I got half my ticket back. That's just me. What else is there?
So I just seen where Southwest is going to start charging people who are overweight or plus size, whatever that means to them, the additional seat.
Plus
and
size?
I know it's going to be
Whatever it means to them, it means there's going to be a standard. And if you're larger than that standard, that's what it means.
hot because this entire year has been talking a lot about like just fat phobia and fat people in general. Like,
So I do not agree with this idea of fat phobia. Phobia means you're scared of things, and we're not fat phobic. We're not fat phobic. It's more fat exhausted. That's what it is. There's exhaustion from obesity. Obesity is literally an epidemic in this country. Let's see what else she says.
health, like everything, right? And I'm already seeing some of the videos where people are saying that it's unfair. But my thing is, like, I already thought that most airlines did that. Like, I'm really surprised that they didn't do that before. Like,
You would think so, yeah. Fat intolerant, fat fatigue. Yeah, fat fatigue. That's the right word I was looking for. That's what it is. Yeah. No, airlines, we're not doing this previously.
just always thought that that was the norm. My thing is, it's to the point where if you can fit in the seat, like if this person was trying to fit in the seat and it's making me uncomfortable in the middle or the aisle, I do believe that you should have to pay for two seats. It's unfair. It sucks.
I agree.
Life sucks.
It's not unfair, actually. It is fair. You can encroach on me. Clutch, you better subscribe with Twitch Prime right now, my boy. Subscribe with Twitch Prime right now. But yeah, if you're encroaching, man, you got to pay for two of them. It's not unfair. It's not unfair. It's definitely fair.
Life's unfair, but at the end of the day, this is a business. So a lot of the businesses are about money, and if they're giving you that seat where somebody else could have sat and could have paid for, they're going to want to recoup that, And it reminds me of the Big Dang situation that was going on with like the lift and stuff like that. And she said that she never had to pay additional at all. They just to give it to her, and like it was fine. But they were
Yeah, that lift ordeal that happened was very interesting. Someone who was way too big for the car was trying to get in and was refused. The guy didn't want to overwork his suspension or something. I don't know what it was, but she tried to sue and then lost. It was great. What else do we have
If you
here?
fly on Southwest Airlines, I'm sorry to say, but you're probably not going to want to fly them anymore. Now there's
I do not care about your check bags.
My body isn't the problem. The system is.
No. As a matter of fact, your body is the problem.
Airlines are making it difficult for plus-size people to travel by designing seats that are too small for even the average human. My worst experience on a flight was this one time when I was flying standby and I got stuck in the bulkhead row where the armrest couldn't be moved. The flight was full, so I had no choice but to stay in the seat. I endured excruciating pain for hours, wedged between the arm.
Breaking news.
I mean, if you're huge, I don't really know what to tell you. I think I've seen
Where
this person
they're
right here.
overbearing. Their arms are
This
over
guy.
my
This is
personal space.
you
I actually
almost
don't
you
like it
almost
at
need
all.
the double seatbelt
Well,
at
here's
that
my
point.
question that I have.
That's crazy.
How will they conduct to know if a person's overweight or not? Are they going to actually?
So, I don't think overweight is the ordeal here. It's not overweight. The problem is being huge. That's the problem. Being so wide, you take up two seats. And again, go back to my example here. This is what we need. in order to get through the runway or down the ramp to the plane. Literally, you have to walk through it. And if you don't fit, sorry.
Ask them when they purchase a ticket or when they come to the airport, what if the flight's oversold? What's going on? How are they going to do this? I think it's a great idea. I mean, look at the picture above us. There's no way that person could sit in one seat. I mean,
yeah, there needs to be some sort of prerequisite. Most definitely.
I just don't know how they're gonna. What if the flight is overbooked?
He asked a good question. What if the flight is overbooked? There's one seat left. You are huge. You are way too big for one seat. What do? How does Southwest Airlines mitigate this or have prerequisites for flight? I would say that they probably need either a BMI. I hate BMI, but a height and weight thing. I don't know. A form you got to fill out. A calculator, height and weight calculator. And then, if you're 5 foot, 500 pounds, that should definitely cause a red flag, and there should be a pop-up that's like, you can't fly on this flight. You are more than likely too big for one of the seats, and there's not 2 consecutive seats available. We're sorry. Try again another day. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe there's some way that you wrap a tape measure around yourself. I don't know. The problem is people are going to lie. How do you combat the lying? You let them show up, and if they lied, no refunds. They don't fly, and no refunds. Or they get to go on the next flight, and they have to buy an extra seat. I think that's what you do. No refunds.
The person can't fly? I'm confused how they're going to handle this one. What are your thoughts in the comments?
It is interesting. It is interesting.
If you can't comfortably fit in a seat, meaning you need a seatbelt extender or you take a part of another seat, you will have to buy an extra ticket, and it may not be refunded. If you can't squeeze into your seat, Southwest Airlines may soon be squeezing your wallet.
I would rather prefer if Southwest could make like extra large or larger seats for like plus size people,
Starting next year.
That's AI slop. I will not participate in AI slop. Let's go Southwest. Let's spell it right. Plus size. Let's go from there. Chats. They gave me 2 chips even though I ordered an apple. How is she going to fly? Is she going to be able to fly?
Southwest Airlines is changing its policy for plus-size passengers. Starting January 27th, passengers who take up space in the neighboring seat will have to buy a ticket, and it might not be refunded. Refunds require an open seat on the flight, same fare class, and a request within 90 days. The change takes effect the same day Southwest moves to assigned seating. Southwest Airlines is changing.
I want to know how much they have lost before this policy. Yeah, so basically, from what I've seen, is these huge people would just show up and be like, hey, is there any way I can have an extra seat? And then just literally ask for an extra seat. So if you're paying everybody else paid $500 average plane tickets, right? And there's one seat that's extra on a plane that just happens to be not full, which is never. They would just go up and ask. Literally the audacity. So how much? I don't know. I mean, enough for it to matter. Enough for them to create a policy change. I'm sure there's somebody at Southwest that is running through some books and an Excel sheet, and there was some red flag that popped up in a dashboard through Power BI or some other bullshit initiative that the CEO wanted. And he looks at it and he goes, "We're giving away a lot of free seats. What are these from?" And he goes and he looks, and it's plus size passengers. It happened for a reason. It most definitely happened for a reason. If y'all can buy extra food, you can buy an extra ticket. 103,000 likes on this comment right here. Oh, shit. Let me see. I'm plus size. I agree with this. You know, I completely agree here as well. This person's plus size. I agree, but I also think if you buy 2 seats, you're entitled to 2 carry-ons and 2 personal items. I can't argue with that. If you're paying for 2 people's worth, you get 2 people's worth. If I'm small enough to fit in the overhead baggage, can I just lay up there? Well, no, actually. Due to rebalancing of the plane, half of the overhead is the overhead bin space is not available. So you have to check either your box with $10,000 worth of camera gear that we promise we'll take care of, or your bag with whatever you have, personal effects that you can't lock up and or can be thrown around, damaged, or broken, and we don't fucking care, to balance the plane. Because there's too much weight on top. Because there's some people that are so big, they take up more than one seat. As a bigger girl, I fully agree. However, if someone pays for a second seat, they better get that second seat. I agree. Yeah. Not force someone to squeeze next to them so they can. Yeah, I mean, that's not what they're talking about here. Oh my God, first time chatter. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Get the fuck out of here. Why don't they load the plane back to front? That's a great fucking question. Who fucking knows? You want to know why? Because there's lazy. I don't want to say lazy and entitled. There are first class goers that, for whatever reason, have it in their mind. It's kind of like the people who speed everywhere they go. They like drive really fast to get somewhere, and endanger a bunch of people just to get somewhere 30 seconds faster if you do the math. It's the same type of person who wants to get on the plane faster to just sit there and do nothing for 20 minutes instead of having the entire plane loaded on in half the time. And because it's one of the perks that is now being sold, so they can make more money off of it. Honestly, it all comes back to shareholder value and profits. That's all it is. All right, what other funny comments we got in here? If I eat 2 meals, I'm paying for 2 meals. Yeah. Stop shrinking the seats. Yes. Hey, this guy right here is right. The bathrooms, in my opinion, I think they've got a little bit smaller over the years. I never, ever use the bathroom whenever I'm on a plane. Some people do. I don't. Pee before I leave. I'm good. But imagine being one of these double-seaters and having to squeeze into one of these. I don't know. Is that how you get like shit all over the walls and stalls and top of the toilet seat? Probably. This is why I fly Delta. I'm not even bigger anymore, but my bestie is, and y'all over here saying if they can buy food, they can buy an extra ticket. They definitely can. But not everyone is big because they eat a lot. I mean, if you're 6'5" to 7 foot, you chose the right parents, and you can't really do anything about that. But if you're 5 foot, 500 pounds, that's definitely because you ate a lot, sister. Definitely because you ate a lot. Agreed. I do feel like the seats are a little smaller. If you can buy seconds, you can buy extra seats. Amen, brother. Amen. So this is a common trend here. We get comments like this. You know, you agree plus size people should pay for an extra seat, but they should stop packing us in there like sardines. But you know, it's crazy. Again, it all comes back to increasing shareholder value. There are quite literally patents for standing plane seats. This is its own rabbit hole. Google patents. You want to know how we get more and more people onto a plane? You shrink down the size of the seat even more by causing people to stand up. This is an actual patent. I don't know who's inventor. Airbus Operations. I don't know who Airbus Operations are. They probably own a bunch of huge whatever. They probably own fucking Southwest Airlines or something, right? But that's what they're going to do. They're going to turn 8 seats into 10 by decreasing, I don't know, 8 inches a row. This has been a thing since 2017. It's wild. Becoming a reality. Yes, they are. Standing seats. It's all about increasing shareholder value. The best question is if you're plus sized, can you buy 2 standing room seats? I don't know if they're going to be able to stand that long. I wouldn't want to stand that long. Hours. What do we got here? This is what I'm going to look for. I'm going to look for opinions from a plus size.
So, I just saw a TikTok video. Apparently, Southwest Airlines is changing their policy in regards to plus size people. I believe starting January next year is if you're a plus size person and you transition over to another seat. And
how about you transition over into a not plus size person if we're talking about transitioning?
You're not just within the one, you are now required to purchase 2 seats for the flight. If you take up 2 seats, you need to purchase 2 seats. No more buying 1 seat and getting 1 for free. Yeah. Even if you transition the little love handle to the seat, but you don't take it up fully.
So exactly what she just said. If you can transition a little love handle. The problem is little love handles didn't cause this. If you don't take up the whole seat fully. That's not the problem here is there's somebody sitting next to you. And yeah, if you took up the whole seat next to you, you'd be sitting on. You'd have somebody in you. You wouldn't notice it really. But God.
I feel like that would be me. Like I would take 1 seat. A little love handle might go to the side to the other seat. Anyways, you know what? Not mad at that. I mean, hey, if we choose to buy extra food, we could choose to pay for another, seat. Now, whenever it comes to flights, it's always hectic. Everything is always out of order. Sometimes there's not enough seats and this and that. Stuff like that happens. So, let me just make this shit as perfectly clear for Southwest Airlines. And I might be considered the biggest bitch on the planet for this comment that I'm about to make. But I really don't give a fuck. So there's no seats, right? If someone decides that they want to sit a person that doesn't have a seat onto the seat that I paid for, I will throw a tantrum as big as me against that shit.
That's pretty big. as big as her. That's pretty big. Uh, uh, well, that's not how it works. If you buy the seat, you get the seat. That's like buying a seat for a dog or a cat. No human is gonna come get in that seat. It's not how it works.
That shit. I paid for 2 fucking seats. These seats are mine. I don't care if I don't take up the 2 seats. I don't give a damn. I paid for my fucking extra seat. You are not gonna sit nobody here. And if you want to sit somebody here, then refund me my fucking money.
All right, that's all I'm gonna get at that girl. But look at these comments. The only two. Being fat is a lifestyle. Yes, it is. You can choose your hard. You can choose to go to the gym and eat right, or you can choose to eat whatever you want to and be fat. They just want you to respect your body for others. Yes. Nobody wants to sit in that second seat. That was a response to what you just said. That's the whole reason they made you purchase it. Yes, nobody wants to sit with your love handle encroaching on them. Let's see if we can find... I think I found it.
Here's how to fly with an extra seat for free with Southwest customer of size policy. First option is to purchase an additional seat ahead of time and call after the flight to get it refunded. You'll do...
Yep. That's it right there. Clutch. Fuck them. That's it.
Do this by purchasing an additional ticket that's almost identical to the first one, but you add XS in the middle name to denote it's an extra seat. You could also call customer service to have them book the tickets for you.
So think about this. Metal bars that you have to fit through, just like this. If you can't fit through them walking straight forward, you get pushed to the next flight and you have to buy another seat. Bada boom, bada... One subscribe. Who subscribed? It didn't even... What the hell, man? I didn't even get a notification. I don't know who that was. Morgan, was that you? Clutch, was that you? But just like this.
The second...
But this is bullshit. This is scamming. This is literally scamming the airlines. And that's why, again, Southwest woke up. They had to wake up. They had to. They were losing enough money to change this policy.
Option is to ask a customer service agent for an additional seat once you're at your departure gate. You'll run the risk of the flight being full for this one, but it won't cost you anything out of pocket. Happy and comfortable flying.
What's even crazier is that these people exist, and this TikTok has 5,000 likes and 1,200 comments. I am going to say that probably most of the comments are going to be negative towards her, for good measure. Yay, with the sub. Morgan, you're awesome. I love you. Let's check out some of these comments. Maybe just lose some weight. Get a normal seat. What you do in the meantime? Don't fly till you lose the weight. I don't know. Hope you get well soon. Yes, there's something wrong going on here. A nightmare to sit near? Yep. Gross? Yep. This is even more fucked up. Being someone who's 120 pounds, buying an extra seat and then getting a refund just to not sit next to somebody. You're scamming the airlines. Just disgusting. I agree. Just lose the weight. I agree. They make it pretty easy. Not anymore, sister. You posted this TikTok, and a lot of other people probably posted TikToks like this, and you messed it up. For good measure. I'm very happy. I'm very happy for this. Would it work? Yes. But no. Luggage is cute. Gives you confidence. Why would it give you confidence? It would give you confidence to scam the airlines. Always travel with an extra seat. I book for free at the airport prior to my departure so that the oversell is far less a risk. Assigned seats, yes, probably impact. Disgusting. Amazing. Luggage. This aged well given the recent news. Yes, it did. And I love it. I love that Southwest has come out and are doing their own thing. And they're making people who are too big buy more than one seat. I don't know. That's it for me. On to the next one.